Hey everybody, so we are in the Morocco Pavilion in Epcot, and we went over to Oasis Sips and Sweets, and I've been dying to try some of the pastries there, so we've got a plethora of them today. We got to pick 5, which is $11 before tax, and we've got a few different here that we're going to sample, and I will do my best to name them because they're kind of hard to pronounce. Some days they have more selections than others. I went across the bottom of the pastry case and just got the 5 there. There were a couple on the first level and 1 on the top. There were some cookies that weren't there that I've seen previously, but that's okay. We can always come back. So the first one here is an almond brie wat. It almost looks like an enclosed version of a baklava. It looks like it's got the phyllo dough, but it's completely wrapped and not cut. I'm not sure. Obviously, there must be something almond. It's got some sesame seeds on the outside, which is interesting. Then the kataifi, I think it's called. It looks like a little bird's nest. Then we have the saragli, which looks like the roll that they sliced, almost like a cinnamon roll, but it looks like, again, some of the phyllo dough with nuts. These may be very similar flavor profiles. This one is the floyeris. Another phyllo dough, it looks like, with some chocolate, looks like nuts, and then the pistachio baklava, which I know I like. I've had that other places, so where should we start? We're going to try the almond brie wat first. So that's all dough.
All dough? What's inside of it? Anything?
I haven't gotten to it yet, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you were just saying all dough, but there is something in there.
But I taste almond. I wonder if it has, hold on, maybe that's got some kind of, it's obviously something almond in the center. I've got that almond flavor, like an almond extract flavor. It tastes good. Okay. So I'm thinking it may be an almond paste inside, kind of like what you get in an almond croissant, if you get that in France. It might be a, why am I blanking out? A marzipan kind of paste in there, but it has a good flavor. I love that almond flavor anyway, so it's good. It's much like a baklava where you've got the thin layers of phyllo dough. It looks like honey, but it's good. I like it. All right, so this one's the kataifi. And this one that looks like a bird's nest. It also seems to have a lot of honey, if you look at the bottom, and it feels kind of mushy.
Oh yeah, it does.
So I'm not sure, mushy. Yeah. If you've ever had shredded wheat, it's what it makes me think of. But it's got a filling of like nuts with cinnamon and honey. I do like it. It's different with the stringy, but the flavor profile is great. Definitely got cinnamon and nuts with the shredded wheat. This one is the saragli. And again, I think these are all similar. I probably should have taken something off another shelf because they all seem to have very similar textures, nuts, honey, phyllo dough, but
well, you don't know. You live and learn.
No,
right?
no, and I should have known, but I do like them. It's not like they'll go to waste.
Right. You got to get some of that middle in there. Did you get some of the middle? It doesn't look like you did. A little bit? Okay. There you go.
I like this one. So I think it's walnuts. This basically is like a rolled version of baklava. I think they rolled it up and sliced it like a cinnamon roll what you would do. Pretty much the same thing. Again, a little bit of cinnamon, honey, walnuts in this case. This one's almond. This one I think might be walnuts as well. This one is also walnuts from what I can taste. So this one's called a floyeris, if I read that correctly. Again, phyllo dough, honey. This one's got a little bit of chocolate drizzle, so I'll be interested to how it tastes in the middle. I don't know if there's any chocolate in the middle.
She's thinking.
No, again, these are all very, very similar. It's just different textures. This one's denser because the nuts are all more solid in the middle, like a log. instead of it being throughout the layers. So if you like it all to be in one, I do like the dense texture of this. It has a little bit of the chocolate drizzle, giving it a little bit different flavor profile, but overall, mostly the same kind of thing. And this one I think is walnuts as well, but it's good. So this is the pistachio baklava. So it'll again be very similar to what we've been eating, but it's got the pistachios. You can tell they're a little greener in color. It looks like it may have some walnuts in there as well, but let's take a bite and see. Very good. I love me some baklava, but all of these are very similar. I would recommend not doing what I did and maybe they were very short on some of the other pastry varieties today. They did have a couple others. They had like a powdered sugar looking kind of cookie that I probably should have tried to mix it up a little bit. I think I was thinking the fillings in these might be slightly different, but most of these are very much the same. You're just choosing between different nuts. The one that was probably most different was this almond one, because inside it's got some kind of almond marzipan or something like that. So that one is a little bit different than the rest. I'd say that's the most unique out of all 5 of these. The shredded wheat one's unique because the texture's different due to the shredding of whatever pastry they used here. I don't know that it's phyllo dough. It might be, but it's kind of like a shredded wheat texture or flavor. And the rest of these are very similar, very much like a baklava style, just different formats. One's more of a log, one's a roll like a cinnamon bun, and the other is your standard baklava. But all very tasty, very good, very buttery, flaky. It's got the crispness. It's not soggy or anything, and lots of honey, so very sweet. Be really good with a cup of coffee right now, but it's pretty hot outside. But I'd suggest taking them home, maybe bringing them back to your resort, having them at breakfast time. Get a bunch of these before you leave at night. Have a nice cup of coffee or tea in the morning. It's a good start to your day, but very yummy. And the pricing, I think I'd said earlier, for the 5-pick was about $11 before tax. But you can choose different, I think it starts at around $3 with tax for 1 or 2. It's not super pricey. I thought that wasn't bad as far as Disney prices go. This will last me a little while, so you certainly don't need to get 5 unless you have several people that you're going to be sharing with. I'm sure if you stick them in the fridge, they'll last a few days, so that's where mine are going to go. But thanks for joining us today, guys. Hopefully we can bring you some more dining reviews for some things around the park. We appreciate you. Have a great day. Take care of yourselves and each other. We'll see you again soon.